Hello, welcome to episode 63 of my easy mode playthrough of Mighty Magic 6: The Magnet of Heaven. 63 is a nice round number. We're standing in front of the hive in Sweetwater. It's Wednesday, just after midday, on the 3rd of September, 1165. We've been on this quest for over 9 months now. Just over. And since it's a new month, then there is one thing that I need to do before I go in. Yeah, it's a nice place. I have to go to the Shrine of Electric City and get that quest. The pilgrimage.
I've been expecting you.
So right now this year gives no more hints. This September month of Electric City. Journey to the Shrine of Electric City and pray there to be rewarded. So, Shrine of Electric City is over here in Castle Enroth, so we don't have that far to go. Now we're ready. So our stats are pretty beefed up. Everybody has more than 260, 250. Protections. Yeah, Kokon has nearly 2200 hit points. Enya has 1100. Emer actually has 1200 spell points more than our sorceress. That's pretty interesting. I've never seen that before. Okay, so let's go back to Hive and let's assault the hive. This is the final quest. It's so final. Oh yeah, this is another thing I forgot to mention. When you free Archibald, you get reputation drop. I think the drop is 928. So like you end up with the bad reputation, and we might as well, you know. I'm not gonna enter the hive with a bad rep.
Can we assist you?
Average,
Can
really?
we assist you?
Okay. Average. We can't go to respectable for some reason. Doesn't matter. At least we're not bad. Okay, the hive. This strange structure commands a spectacular view of Paradise Valley. The outer walls are constructed from an unknown material, so it looks like a guts of a bug. And inside we're gonna find many devils.
You know where we are? 'Cause I don't.
I very much do. So flash system activated. You can see this displayed in the lower bar. And apparently you'll periodically get damaged. And but not if you're standing on some blue squares that I'm gonna show later. Oh. Torchlight. So these blue squares are apparently safe, so the flush is apparently everywhere else. So here we have devil workers, devil spawns. This dungeon is not very big. It will not take me too long. I mean, at this point, I guess the devs realize that, you know, I mean, I don't know what they realized. I can't really say. It might look like a lot of enemies, but fortunately they are susceptible to Dragon Balls. Yeah, so you just have to find the biggest concentration of the devils and just start shooting balls at them. I think over here. So right now we can be indiscriminate basically with you know, our Dragon Balls. One thing that makes this dungeon special is that you cannot cast Lloyd's Beacon in this dungeon. So that's something different.
Alright, we got him! Yes, we got him!
So these enemies are not that powerful or scary at this point. I mean, if the room was full of gold dragons that we couldn't avail because, you know, we can't fly, then that's different. But these fellas, they're not the least scary. They're not scary in the least. Okay, that's the big chamber done. Next, let's go here. So it's like you can see from the big chamber, it's like a series of drops that you have to go, push some buttons, and yes, this looks like the inside of a vein. Quite unpleasant sight. So we'll be able to advance like 2 levels by the end of this dungeon, but it's actually this dungeon as well as the whole Sweetwater resets every 6 or 7 days. So, you know, if you get out of here to train, for example, then by the time you return, all the enemies will have respawned already. Like, just like you saw in New Sorpigal, where the respawn timer was.
Oh, this'll help. Ooh, this'll be useful. Ah.
Well, the respawn timer was 6 months, and here it's 6 days. So, like, if you're really into it, you can power farm yourself to you know, to level 500, but you know, it's gonna take you a long time. So that keg replenishes hit points indefinitely. There is no limit like on the others, like at the other like at the other wells. Button. You have to be careful to find all the buttons.
Didn't mean for that to happen.
Whoa! She's actually quite hurt. Yes, that was flash sequence. There's nothing here. You would have to be standing on this pedestal not to take any damage. Door won't budge. So we have to get it from the other side. $800 damage, very nice. So you can't throw any more Dragon Balls, which is fine. What are you, diseased? Diseased. Okay. Yeah, so even though the description says that you have to use the ancient weapons to kill them, you can see the normal weapons work quite well. They're just immune to fire, so Ares is not doing as much damage as the other weapons, but they're quite capable of taking all other types of damage. Throw 2 more. That should be enough. One more Dragon Ball? I guess so. So they're behind this wall.
Oh, this'll help.
So this is the key that you need to have to advance. Hive Sanctum key. This is not the door that this key opens. But what we need to do is to open these bars. So this is their route upwards, back towards the exit, which we'll use. The door won't budge. Okay. Endurance, armor, hit points. If I give you more endurance, would help you. Not really. Spell points, speed, intellect. You can't have it anyway. I guess this is better than this one. Okay, this button is pressed. Yeah. So now this way is open. But before I go further, I'm gonna TP back to Sorpigal. Sell the stuff.
Don't touch the
I don't need
merchandise.
Let's sell this one.
Come back soon.
Looking for a weapon?
Blaster for 1 gold. No way.
Come again.
I don't need Featherfall.
Can I help you find anything? Thanks. Come again.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you. Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
And back to Sweetwater. Okay. Not close enough to one another to use Dragon Ball on them. I can kill the Devil Warrior because he can remove all my spell points. Okay, that's good. One last button. This button opens the door that we were not able to access last time. I mean, it's not necessary that I go there because that's not where there's. I don't think there's anything in that room that would warrant attention. I don't think there's any button. But it just opens the door, so you know, you just kill all the devils. And that's it. That's it. So, yeah, we'll be able to advance 2 levels on this fella, and yeah, 1 more and 2 more levels on these guys. But at our condition, that's not necessary. So I'll see. We'll finish at level 114 for Kokolin, and what would be more common, 106, because on my other playthroughs I would not increase learning anything above 7. So let's use 106 as a guideline, the max level. Oh, interesting. There's some enemies left here. I hear them on the left. Are they on the left? I hear them here. I don't think... Yeah, I can hear them. Oh, that's the door. Okay. Yeah, so if I remember, the highest level I had when playing this game was level 126-ish. I think I remember such a thing. What's this? Switch. Yeah, it teleports you back to the beginning. Yeah. So once more back. I mean, it doesn't matter. The overpower doesn't matter because there's gonna be something happening. But now I will equip everybody with blasters. You have the ritual, very good. So this is the door to the Hive Sanctum, which is locked, but we have the key. So I'm actually gonna save. Last save, episode 23, was on 20th February. Oh shit! I have to save it as the Hive. Okay. It's not that it's difficult. But this is the end, basically. So this is the reactor. It has 1300 hit points, so it's basically level 100, and it doesn't give like extra, like 100,000 XP. It gives just the same amount of XP as a level 100 enemy. I think. So because it's the end of the game, it's pointless to give any more XP to to heroes, because what are you gonna do after? We've cleared all the maps. We'll have to wait a few months for some of them to start respawning, and we've solved all the quests, so there's no reason for the reactor to give you 1 million XP, and it can only be damaged by blasters. So it kind of looks like a bit like actually there's maybe a brain upwards. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it's creating a blaster bolt of some sorts. And it's not a difficult enemy, and in fact if you watch the speedruns, yeah, you saw that we dealt massive amounts of damage. So in the speedruns you can kill reactor in under 5 seconds. Okay, so 80. 54, 27. One more shot. Okay, so what happened? We were teleported. You saw that the walls have just moved down, and we were teleported in front of the Demon Queen. Again, level 100 enemy, and she's pretty ugly, but I know what those fangs are and all those, things on the head. And we've landed in the horde of devil warriors and devil kings, so that's like all the top devil enemies. And as you can see, all our spells were removed. And of course, now that we destroy the reactor, we cannot teleport out of here. If we teleport, we end the game, but we don't win the game. I'm gonna show you later what happens if you don't have the Troll of the Void, or if you... the same thing happens if, in this case. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reapply the protections. Now we don't need these blasters anymore. We can go back to the good old-fashioned swinging. Mordred, left hand. And actually, with you, I am going to... Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to remove the shield and give you, not much, but a bit more damage. So now the idea is to move around and to gather them into one spot so that we can shoot some fireballs into them. Okay. Alright, let's see where they gather the most and start shooting fireballs. So hour of power. Obviously, so how much damage you're doing? 106. Yeah, so she does the same amount of damage as Cocolin. Oh, and our plus 50 to all stats was removed as well. Ah, wrong. Yeah, thought there would be more.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, I make sure what dark containment does before the game ends. I don't know if they're susceptible to this. Let's take this Devil King. I don't know if it will do anything. Not really. Okay. Waste of a spell then. I mean, the idea is cool, but the spell itself is kind of pointless. And you see she's recovering for very long after the spell. Oh shit. Only now she recovered enough. Okay, so we have green bar now. All the enemies in the vicinity are dead. You can actually pick up the remains of the reactor, but you don't gain anything from it. Yeah, so 100 level 106. Okay, that's fine. So she casts some incinerate. There's actually a side door here. I think no, is there a side door? No, it's not a side door. Just an ornament thing. And she does not move. So we're gonna say hello, and we're gonna start hacking. 600. It's already as in half. So this is good old bite and magic at its finest, killing the boss. Who's gonna kill the boss actually? Cocolan? No, that's enough.
Bring it home. That's right. Oh yes, look at that. That was my work. Good job by me. He's gone, I'm here.
Okay. Actually, it was Emer that did the final blow, but it was Cocolan that got excited. So we can pick up her body again, and this is basically the end game. You have to get out through that door. So I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna show you what happens if you don't have Ritual of the Void on your person. The reactor is destroyed, so it creates an explosion. And this is the tower that we saw in Sweetwater. So we have a little Star Wars effect. I think this game came out after the new edition, so I think they took the explosion from that. Congratulations! The destruction of the alien reactor has resulted in the death of every devil in the kingdom. Unfortunately, the strange technology is used to boot the reactor caused the chain reaction that has consumed the world. Perhaps this reaction would have been prevented had you escaped the hive with the Ritual of the Void, as the Oracle suggested. So, congratulations! We beat the game, but that's not what we want. So, yeah, it's 6 p.m. further of September, and we have Ritual of the Void in our possession. So let's finish. This is the tower that we saw in the town of Sweetwater that was desolated. But this time, something's different. We can contain the explosion in the ritual. Professional trumpeteers. What a... Wow. Oh. So this is how we look like in the end. All in full plate, for some reason. Nikolai and Humphrey. Looks like a priest, a bit. Not a paladin.
For heroism and valor in the service of the realm, I thee knight.
But we're already knights.
Rise, heroes! All of Enroth thanks thee.
And we're already heroes. What do you mean?
Yes, thank you, heroes. Thank you for saving my kingdom for me.
So that voice, in case you didn't recognize, that was actually Archibald. And if you remember, this is the same voice as the narrator. So Archibald was actually narrating the game from the very beginning, except for the Falagar lines. Like the whole narration, it was done by Archibald. And actually, this story continues in the next installment of Might and Magic 7, for Blood and Honor. And at the same time, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 take place in Erathia. At the same time as this game is on. So, congratulations, Cocolan, the level 112 champion, Enya, level 109 hero, Emer, the level 104 priest, Aoife, level 104 archmage. Your valiant efforts and heroic deeds have saved the kingdom from the scourge of devils and fanatical conspirators. With the fall of their alien masters, the priests of the Temple of Bas scattered to the wind, leaving their followers to wonder at their absence, and the rest of Enroth to rejoice for the restoration of peace and order. Time saving Enroth, 0 years, 8 months, 2 days. Your score, 103,256. Yeah, so I believe the first time I played the game with my brother, I think the time saving Enroth was like 2 years. Mostly because, you know, we were 2 years, 6 months, something like that in game time. I think mostly because after we gained every level, we would train. Ish, you know. Sometimes we would go 2 levels. You saw me sometimes passing 20 levels in this game, and this is usually how I play. And the score, I believe score is only dependent on the time that you take. The less time, the higher score. I don't think it's dependent on anything else, but don't quote me on that. And the inclusion of the score is not that necessary. I don't know why would you include the score. So yeah, this has been Might and Magic 6, The Mind of Heaven. We have saved Enroth, defeated the devils, banished the sheep of Ba, and our story is over. After this, it puts you back in Usorpigo, teleports you back to Usorpigo, but there's literally nothing else for us to do. So this is where I'm going to end. And thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed this series, I enjoyed recording it. I may come back with a different playthrough style next time. I have 1 or 2 in mind. Or perhaps even different Might and Magic series, but this is the one that I know the best, and this, as I said, is my favorite, and I'm really happy that I managed to finish it before 2018 is over, so that, you know, to proper celebrate the 20th anniversary of me playing the game with my brother. There's gonna be one more follow-up video after this, the epilogue, where I will go back to the spreadsheet as I promised at the very beginning, and go through all the numbers that and the stats that I have accrued throughout this playthrough, and we'll see. But I'll have to do some number crunching before that. I've been writing down a lot of numbers, and a lot of it is done already. I've been doing it on time after each episode. But I'm gonna try to figure out what interesting story can I tell. And that's not going to be in this year. I'm actually going on a vacation tomorrow morning, so I'm not going to record that until 2019, the very beginning of 2019. Again, thank you all for watching. This has been Easy Mode Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. Have fun.